Love handles are the most annoying fat to get rid of. They ruin your t-shirts, hang over your jeans, and no matter what you do, they just don't seem to go away. I struggled with my own love handles for years, but eventually I got rid of them. And along the way, I learned some secrets that in this video today, I'm going to share with you so that you can finally lose your own love handles. So let's get straight into it. But before I share with you how you can get rid of your love handles, let me explain to you why they're so stubborn in the first place. First up is genetics, and unfortunately, we don't get to decide where our fat is stored around our body. You may be one of those lucky people who genetically their fat stores are spread evenly throughout their body, but if you're watching this video, I doubt you're one of those people. Secondly, gender plays a massive role in where your body stores fat, and for most men it's almost always around the midsection due to the fact we have high testosterone levels and low estrogen levels in comparison to women where fat stores are mostly around the hips and the thighs. And finally, age is a massive factor. As we get older, our metabolism slows down, our hormones fluctuate, and we don't recover like we used to. And that all causes to fat gain and fat retention, especially around the midsection. But the good news is, just because there's a few factors that are out of your control, it doesn't mean you're going to have love handles forever. You just need the right strategy to get rid of them. The problem is a lot of people believe the bullshit myths out there that stray you away from what actually works when it comes to getting rid of your love handles. And I myself used to be one of those people. I wasted years of my life following bullshit fads and bullshit trends. So let me save you the trouble and expose the biggest myths around love handles out there. The first and most common myth when it comes to love handles is that if you do a bunch of Russian twists and oblique crunches, that's going to get rid of your love handles, but that's just not how fat loss works. Spot reduction of fat is a complete and utter myth. When you're in a calorie deficit, your body decides where fat will come off from first based on the factors we just discussed. So trust me, even by doing 100 side crunches a day, it's going to have no effect on getting rid of your love handles. Those exercises are great for growing your oblique muscles underneath, but they will do nothing for the layer of fat above. If anything, if you're building bigger and thicker oblique muscles whilst you still have fat, your waist and your love handles are going to look thicker. You have to ensure you're in a calorie deficit whilst doing those exercises so that you lose fat and build muscle. The second myth is that cutting carbs will somehow get rid of your love handles. That is absolute bollocks. Cutting carbs will make the number you see on the scale drop rapidly in the first week or two, but that's because your body is getting rid of glycogen and water. That's why people lose so much weight on the carnivore and keto diet in the first couple weeks they go on it. 99% of bodybuilders, athletes, fitness models, and the people with the lowest body fat in the world eat carbs, so clearly carbs are not the problem. The reason that low carb diets work well for some people is that you have less food variety, meaning that you have less food options, and for some people that helps them eat less. So if you're one of those people, that's great, but remember, carbs do not matter as long as you are eating fewer calories than you burn. Next up, we have the idea that doing cardio on an empty stomach somehow burns away your love handles, but that's just total pseudoscience. The fact is, whilst yes, fasted cardio might increase the percentage of fat being used for fuel during that session, you aren't going to be able to train for as long as you would if you ate before the cardio you're doing, meaning overall you burn less calories, so you lose less fat in the long term. The key driver to fat loss again is your overall calorie deficit. There is no magic switch that suddenly melts away your fat and your love handles just because you skipped breakfast. If you prefer doing fasted cardio, then do it, but there's absolutely no benefit to it whatsoever. Cardio is a tool, it's not magic. The last myth is that there are supplements that can specifically melt away your love handles. And look, I'm going to be blunt with you. If you're one of those people that still believes that, you need to wake up. You cannot target specific areas that you want to burn fat with exercises or supplements. There are supplements out there that will suppress your appetite, give you energy, and cause water loss, but there is nothing out there that will burn fat directly. So if you're spending your hard-earned money on pills that supposedly burn off your love handles, you are being mugged off. Okay, so now you know what not to waste your time on. Let's get into what actually is going to get rid of those love handles. The first thing is something that not many people think about, but it's building a wider back. That's going to give you an illusion that your love handles are smaller. When you grow your lats and upper back, you create a V-taper look, broad shoulders, wide back, smaller waist. Even if you still have a little bit of fat on your sides, that instantly makes your silhouette look leaner. The best exercises for building a wider back are wide grip pull-ups, lat pull down, reverse grip barbell rows, and dumbbell rows. You also need to make sure you're progressively overloading consistently, whether that's by adding weight or reps up to a maximum of 12. That way you will continue growing. Think of it like you're building a bigger frame frame to make your waist look smaller. It's a win-win though, because you're also burning calories, preserving muscle, and building a better looking body in the process. Next up, the most important part of nutrition other than having a calorie deficit, and that's a high protein intake. Protein is so important because it keeps you full, and when you're dieting, hunger is one of your biggest enemies, and if you're not eating enough protein, you're going to be fighting an uphill battle against cravings all day long. Protein also ensures you maintain or even build muscle mass whilst in a deficit, and the more muscle you have, the more fat you burn. It's a literal cheat code. Also, protein has the highest thermic effect of any of the macronutrients, meaning your body burns more calories digesting it than with fat or carbs. If you want to get rid of those love handles for good, you need to make sure you're eating 1 gram of protein per pound of your desired body weight per day. So if you desire to be 185 pounds, then eat 185 grams of protein per day. Whole food sources like chicken, beef, fish, eggs, and Greek yogurt should be the absolute foundation of your diet, but utilize protein powder and protein bars to make sure you're getting enough in every single day. Next up is cardio, and no, you do not need to be doing an hour of high intensity cardio, killing yourself every day to get rid of those love handles. What you need to do is 150 minutes of zone 2 cardio per week. It's the most effective and sustainable form of cardio out there. Zone 2 cardio is moderate cardio, where you're able to hold a conversation whilst doing it and do it for a prolonged period of time. Walking on an incline treadmill, swimming, and the rowing machine are great examples of this. Your goal should be 150 minutes per week. That's just 30 minutes a day, 5 times a week. At the end of the day, fat loss and getting rid of those annoying love handles comes down to calories in versus calories out. And by doing 150 minutes of zone 2 cardio per week, you're going to be burning over 1,000 calories by doing this. It's sustainable, low stress, and it isn't going to hurt your joints. Adding to that, it's also great for your overall cardiovascular health and longevity, so it's an absolute no-brainer. Next up, and I cannot stress this enough, you need to limit your stress. When you are stressed, your sleep quality is shit, and that messes your hormones up completely. It spikes your cortisol, which is directly linked to fat storage around your midsection. It also increases ghrelin, which is the hormone that makes you hungry, and it decreases leptin, which is the hormone that makes you full. So guess what? You're going to feel hungry constantly if you're stressed all day long. You need to start treating your sleep and your stress management with the same amount of importance as you do with your nutrition and your training. Simple changes like having a consistent bedtime, limiting your screen use, and staying hydrated will make all the difference. The truth that most people don't want to hear is that the most important thing is focusing on overall fat loss and muscle building. As we discussed earlier, where your body stores and loses fat from is entirely determined by your own personal genetics, hormones, and biology. But as your overall body fat decreases, your love handles will eventually disappear. You just have to be consistent and stick it out. Overall, the best approach for 99% of people is 10,000 steps a day, adding to that 150 minutes of zone 2 cardio per week, 3 to 4 weight sessions per week, and eating in a 500 calorie daily deficit. That is how you're going to get rid of those love handles. Also, don't forget to get enough sleep and to manage those stress levels. Building muscle is the absolute key, because not only does it improve your body composition, but it also increases your resting calorie burn, making fat loss easier and more sustainable in the long term. You need to zoom out and think about the bigger picture. Your love handles are just fat. So if you focus on losing fat and building muscle, I promise you they will eventually disappear. If you want some help doing this, you have 2 options. 1, you can sign up to my email list for free below, where I will give everything away from my best recipes, my best tips, and every single strategy I used in order to lose my own love handles and lose 70 pounds of fat. Option 2, if you want a more personalized step-by-step approach where I will personally one-on-one coach you, we will talk every single week, and I will get rid of those love handles for you and get you in the greatest shape you could ever imagine. Click the link below and book a call with me, and we can have a chat and we can see if we'd be the right fit to work together. Other than that, if this video helped, leave a like, share it with a friend, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.